Are you in a relationship, or have you had a relationship, whether it was personal or professional, and something feels or felt off, although you couldn't quite put your finger on it? The chances are the person you were dealing with or are dealing with is/was a narcissist. But it can take a really long time to know this, to join the dots, to see the patterns of behaviour. For the longest time, I didn't know that I was in a relationship with a covert narcissist. And it took a long time and a lot of reflection, a lot of work on myself to know that the reason that relationship couldn't ever work was because I was with a narcissist. If you have any doubt, or you just want to refresh your memory about what narcissistic abuse looks like, this video and my next one are for you. I'm Amanda Craven, a clinical hypnotherapist, life coach, psychologist and author, and for the last 10 years I've been helping women become empowered and to rise after experiencing narcissistic abuse. Today I'm going to be sharing with you key signs that what you are experiencing may be narcissistic abuse. If you're like me and you also like to read as well as watch and listen to useful information, I have got a free guide that you are very welcome to grab from the link below that will cover all the signs that we're looking at in these two videos. Are you ready for this? Grab a notepad and pen and tick each time you hear something that resonates with you. Do you feel like you're walking on eggshells? Do you feel that you have to look out for the slightest sign of a mood change, or you're listening out for how they come in and close the door, how their footsteps sound? Are you watching their face for micro expression changes that will mean that you alter what you are going to say or how you are going to say something? Maybe you have stopped saying things that you know trigger the silent treatment or an outburst. In a healthy relationship, you don't have to walk on eggshells. So if you're doing this, that's a sign you could be dealing with a narcissist. Do they gaslight you? Do they keep changing their minds and their opinions, but when you pull them up on it and refer back to something that they said that contradicted what they've just said, they deny that and make you feel that you are going crazy? Gaslighting is a classic narcissistic trait, and this is not something that a healthy person will do to another. Do you feel inadequate in the presence of this person? Do they make you feel that you are not enough just as you are? Maybe they compare you to other women in terms of appearance, and they may say, oh, she's so pretty, or she really takes care of herself, but in a way that you know is a reflection on how they perceive you. Do they say things like, oh, she's a hard worker, she's so funny, she lights up the room when she walks in? It can be anything at all, but it makes you feel that you are not enough. Rest assured that again, a healthy person does not make you feel bad about yourself, and you are perfectly you. You are absolutely enough just as you are, I promise you. Do they frequently guilt trip you, or do they use guilt as a way of controlling and manipulating you and any conversations you might want to have with them? So if there's something, for example, that you need to address and you want to talk about their behaviour or something that's going on in your relationship, they will say anything to tap into your feelings of guilt and to stop you from going there. So They might say, oh, you're not going to have this conversation when I've got my hospital appointment in 2 weeks, or it's my birthday next week. Anything at all to stop you having the conversations that you need to have and deflect attention away from that very important thing you need to discuss and back to something that is going on in their life, something that is important for them. And of course, because you are a kind, thoughtful, compassionate person, you put their needs first, and you don't want to ruin their birthday. You don't want to put them on edge before their doctor's appointment. So you don't do it. You don't say it. A healthy person does not do this to you, does not manipulate you and make you feel bad, make you feel that you can't say or do anything that you want to do or you feel is needed. Do they give you the silent treatment, another way of controlling and manipulating you, making you feel that you've done something terrible, and they may distance themselves physically, they may just go quiet, but create such an atmosphere, and you don't want this atmosphere. You automatically assume that you have done something wrong, and even if you search and you can't think of it, you are likely still to go to them and try to take the steps needed to make amends, even apologizing, just to get rid of this atmosphere of ice. The silent treatment is classic. It's what little children do when they don't get their own way. Narcissists are just like adult-sized toddlers, and this behaviour is not adult, it's not mature, and it's not healthy. If somebody does this on a regular basis, they are probably a narcissist, and you are most likely being abused. It's not right. Do they blame you for everything? Do they justify things that they have done, mistakes they have made, by saying it's because of something you did, or they wouldn't have done that if you hadn't have done the other thing? They will never take responsibility. They will never accept that they made a mistake. And again, it's another classic sign of narcissism. So if you have somebody who is constantly refusing to be held to account, who is constantly reversing the blame onto you or onto other people, then you may be dealing with a narcissist. And all these traits that we're looking at, if they are happening on a regular basis in these clusters, then it's highly likely you're dealing with a narcissist, and you need to become strategic in how you deal with them. So make sure you subscribe to my channel to get lots of tips and tricks and advice of how you can do that. Look out for my next video where I'll be sharing more signs you're experiencing narcissistic abuse. And until then, take really good care of you. Thanks for watching.